It's Friday morning, October 13th, 1307. Before the sun even hits the horizon, the most powerful army in Europe and the wealthiest organization on the planet is wiped out in a single heartbeat. Thousands of knights are dragged to dungeons, tortured, and eventually burned at the stake. We've all heard the legends: the Holy Grail, secret societies, hidden treasures. But let's be real, the truth is much more dangerous. This wasn't just about religion or heresy. It was about debt. The credit cards in your wallet, the checks you sign, the global transfers we use every day. None of this started on Wall Street. It started with a group of warrior monks who figured out how to turn faith into finance. They made kings kneel and financed entire empires, only to be swallowed by the financial monster they helped create. Today, we're stripping away the myths. We're looking at how the Knights Templar became the world's first global bank, how they literally invented modern capitalism, and how the King of France pulled off the most brutal debt restructuring in history. Buckle up. This isn't just a story of swords and shields. It's a story of money, betrayal, and the world's first great financial crash. Let's dive in. Flashback to 1119. The Crusades are in full swing. If you're a pilgrim traveling from London to Jerusalem back then, you have one massive problem: bandits. Carrying gold was basically a death sentence. That's where the Templars come in. They didn't just offer protection, they offered a revolution. They invented the world's first deposit account. Think about it. You'd walk into a Templar fortress in London, hand over your gold, and they'd give you a coded piece of parchment, essentially the world's first check. Months later, you'd show up in Jerusalem, hand over that paper, and withdraw your funds. Just like that, money wasn't a heavy bag of coins anymore. It was information. For the first time, trust was more valuable than gold. And the Templars? They were the ones holding the keys to that trust. By the 13th century, these guys were way more than just knights. They were a borderless central bank. They owned massive amounts of real estate across Europe, commanded their own fleet of ships, and, most importantly, they were the ultimate lenders. Need to fund a war? You call the Templars. Need to pay a royal ransom? The Templars handle the wire transfer. But there was a catch. The church back then strictly forbade usury, or charging interest. So how did they get so rich? Simple. They invented financial engineering. They didn't call it interest. They called it exchange fees, or admin costs. Sound familiar? It's the same loophole modern banks still use today. They managed the wealth of kings, but in doing so, they became more powerful than the kings themselves. And in the world of power and money, that is a very dangerous place to be. King Philip IV of France was drowning in debt. He owed the Templars a fortune he could never possibly pay back. So, he did what any desperate debtor with an army would do. He just eliminated the creditor. The Friday the 13th raids weren't some holy crusade. It was a hostile takeover. The first Great Liquidation. Philip burned the ledgers, seized the gold, and silenced the bankers forever. But here's the mystery that still haunts us today. That legendary Templar fleet? It vanished from the port of La Rochelle that very night. Their massive central treasury? Never found. Some say they took the gold to Scotland or even the Americas, but the real treasure wasn't the gold. It was their system. Even though the men were burned, the blueprint for modern banking survived. Today, every time you tap your phone to pay or move money across borders, you're using the legacy of those warrior monks from 900 years ago. They prove that money isn't physical. It's a system of belief. But their story also leaves us with a chilling warning. No matter how big a bank gets, It is never too big to fail if it loses the favor of the state. Do you think our modern financial system is heading for its own Friday the 13th? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Financial Historica, where we uncover the hidden forces that shaped our world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the secrets of wealth. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next chapter of history.